Hi, Syfy Network. My name is Darnell Weeks. I want to say that I was a big fan of the movie Chupacabra versus the Alamo. I also enjoyed Chupacabra Terror, aka Chupacabra Dark Seas. But I'm here today to pitch a movie idea for a sequel to a very underrated horror franchise, the Wishmaster franchise. And I want to say that Wishmaster 3 and 4 were okay, but 4 was an absolute travesty, and I simply want the Wishmaster to be scary again. And I have faith that you guys over at Sci-Fi Channel have the ability to make that happen. I want this movie to be dark and scary. Here is my movie pitch for Wishmaster 5, Hell on Earth. Thank you for listening.
One who wakes a Djinn shall be given three wishes. Upon the granting of the third, the unholy legions of the Djinn shall be freed upon the earth. Fear one thing and all that is, fear the Djinn. Wishmaster 5, Hell on Earth. This is an idea that I had been interested in doing for quite some time. Hello, Sci-Fi Network. I am Darnell Weeks, or you may know me as my YouTube name, The Myers Fan, for anybody that wants to know that. And I wanted to pitch you guys a movie idea. I'm quite sure that you've heard of the Wishmaster, aka the Djinn. I want to say this, though, to my fans before I talk to you guys. It's been a pleasure reviewing the Wishmaster films. An absolute pleasure. It ended on a sour note. I really didn't like part 4. I had seen part 4 in June of 2003. It wasn't a terrible movie, but it wasn't great either. Actually, then again, it was terrible. I really didn't like the wishes in the movie, so I wanted to correct all that. First of all, I want to tell you how I came up with the idea for doing Wishmaster 5. I read an article online where a bunch of fans talked about it in some kind of forum. And this was back in 2008. And in this discussion, one of the fans had said, wouldn't it be nice if they did a movie where the Wishmaster finally unlocked the gates of hell? And so I thought it would be nice to build on that idea. And I want to say to the fans that want Andrew Divoff to come back, for anybody that doesn't know, he played the Wishmaster in the first two films, aka Nathaniel Demarest. For my idea for a fifth Wishmaster movie, he's not coming back. A lot of fans talked about bringing him back for part 5, and I'm not trying to be mean, but I want to say it's not going to happen. Get over it. He's too old. I saw him in 2008, and he aged a lot, so he wouldn't even have that look anymore. So that's out of the question. If there was another Wishmaster movie, he would not be back. My idea that I want to pitch to you guys, it's the year 2008, and the presidential election is coming up. Now, you know that I can't use an actual president. So, of course, this would be a fictitious president. I want to clear that up. And the movie is basically about this guy that goes to the Middle East for whatever reason. I didn't quite get that far. And he finds the stone of the secret of fire. and he brings it back home with him. His wife sees it, she likes it, but he tells her not to touch it because he doesn't want to destroy it. He's going to try to sell it to someone. And for anybody that has seen the Wishmaster franchise, you know that the Wishmaster is inside of this opal or jewel or whatever you want to call it. And basically what happens is she touches it anyway, and he gets released. But he doesn't kill her, because if he killed her, then he would have to take her face, and obviously he's not going to become a girl. Instead, he kills her husband. Her husband is the presidential candidate. He makes a wish saying that he wishes that he doesn't have to worry about the stress of the campaign. He makes this wish while he's walking to his car. He doesn't know that the Wishmaster has been released, and the Wishmaster says, "As you wish," and the guy has a heart attack. Because he said he wished he doesn't have to deal with it. Now he doesn't, because he's dead. The Wishmaster takes over his identity, and he's now the President of the United States. He wins the election. And he's basically granting wishes in the White House. But here's the thing. Instead of getting 3 wishes from the Waker at the end of the movie, he gets the wishes right away. I would say within the first 30 minutes of the film, he's got all 3 wishes. And the gates finally come open. Completely open. And all of his fellow Djinn are released on the earth. But the thing is, they don't look like Djinn, obviously, or nobody would make a wish. They all take human form. And the audience job would be to figure out who's an actual person and who's working for the Wishmaster. And that's basically what the movie would be about. Of course, at the end of the film, you know that he would have to go back to hell. The reason why I'm pitching this to the Syfy channel is because I think you guys have the resources to do this movie. Wishmaster is a very cheap franchise. From what I've seen, it doesn't cost a lot to make. The Djinn costume can be created very easily. All it would take is for you to find some actors. And I'm assuming that this movie probably wouldn't be released in theaters, so it could just be a Syfy original movie. Although it's not an original movie because it was already part of a franchise, but you get what I'm saying. It could be released by the Syfy channel. This idea is based on what Peter Atkins created, and I would love to see one more Wishmaster movie. The movie would be at least 2 hours long. And I guess we could get John Novak to do the Djinn's voice, when the Djinn is in his true form. Because Andrew DeVolf is just too old. And even if he wasn't, if he came back to do part 5, it would just confuse the audience. Because he's been other people in the other installments. So why would he just be Nathaniel Demarest again? It doesn't make any sense. Wishmaster 5. Hell on Earth. I wanted it to be a movie that was created by the Syfy channel. Maybe it'll happen one day. Thanks for listening. It's been my pleasure pitching it to you.
Syfy Network, I want to thank you for allowing me to pitch my idea for a 5th Wishmaster movie. If you wish to contact me on Facebook and YouTube, I will put my information down in the description box. Thank you very much for letting me pitch Wishmaster 5, Hell on Earth.